If you've watched one of my previous videos, In Conversation with Mark Vincent, a friend of mine who uses a mirrorless rangefinder camera, we discussed the differences in terms of two amateur photographers, one using a DSLR, me, one using a rangefinder mirrorless camera. Now, during the video, he set me a challenge. He said, I want you to go out and take photographs using a 35mm camera. Talk about out of your comfort zone, right? So he gave me this. I've got a 35mm black and white 36 exposure film. It's ISO 100, so I don't have to worry about the ISO. I just have to make sure that I'm taking pictures in the right light. And he's given me the use of his Ricoh 500G camera. So look at this. Ricoh 500G. Let's have a look on the lens. We've got 3 dials, pretty simple stuff. I've got a focus ring I can use to set the image in focus. The middle ring is the shutter speed, so it goes from bulb 8, 15, 30, 60, 125, 250 and 500th of a second. The inner ring is the aperture settings, so I can actually have it on automatic, which is, whether it will be a bonus I don't know, but where have we got? Lowest is 2.8, 4, 5, 5.6, 8, 11 and 16, and as I said, aperture. Right, let's load the camera up. You pull the spindle up to open the door. Let's get this film out. This is also retro. Got to feed it in. Where's the slot? There's a slot. Feed it into the slot. It's kind of like, because I'm not used to this and I've not done it for so long, I kind of feel I mustn't touch the film. It's going to corrupt it. It's going to do some damage. Anyway, we'll wind it on. That's wound on. Right, I'm now on the 1 notch before the first exposure. So it's kind of like, will I get 37 or will I get 36 exposures? The proof will be in the photography pudding. Is it going to be a spotted dick? Are you going to laugh? And oh, how they laugh. That's enough of that. So get the walking boots on, get the camera, and take the vlogging camera. That's really all I need. It's going to be exciting. Let's head on out. Before I head off, I wanted to show you this one thing. I've got this setup, which I'm taking out with me. Gorilla tripod. On it, I've got the iPhone and I've got the DJI Osmo Pocket. And what I can do, I can walk around and basically talk to myself on the camera, on the iPhone, and the DJI videos everything that I'm actually looking at. So I say, oh look, there's the shot I want to compose, it's this one, and I'm talking to you there. And the beauty is I can switch it so that I'm just me. I can then superimpose what the DJI is looking at, just there, and then I can switch it just to the DJI's view, and then I can switch it just to the DJI with me at the bottom right, or left, or up, or wherever. Oh, and I'm branded, the red camera. We're going semi-official. So there you go. That's it. Right, let's go off and do the stuff. I thought I would start here in Folkestone, maybe get a few shots for the harbour. The tide is out, so I can actually walk down there and maybe get a shot or two from there, along the end there. And then we've got the harbour arm in the distance, which should be good, and along the old railway station. So we'll see what's what. I forgot to mention though that it's a prime lens on this. 40 millimeters. So no zooming in, none of that kind of stuff. What I will have to do is just contemplate my composition. 40 millimeters, what does that give me? It smells a bit fishy here. You wouldn't be surprised because it's, look, local fish market. Oh, I don't like the smell of fish. I suppose it's rotting corpse. Rotting corpse of fish, you know, anything that's dead. Bob's at the Seafood. So we'll walk along to the end. There's a nice statue of a mermaid, and because it's metallic and grey, it might give me a nice shot. See what's what. There was something in the news the other day. There was some blokes out here with the 4x4 and they were loading up their boat, and the tyres got stuck in the mud. The tide came in. A friend of mine sent me the pictures. There's no quality control at all. It's going to be a tricky one, this. I can't even tell if I've actually taken the picture. It just goes click. You know, with the DSLRs, click, all the sound effects. If I can get a picture of the mermaid, that's quite nice. It's not a mermaid, it's just a naked lady with the light. And then I'll walk down there. One single click, that's all it does. Wind the film on. Oh, we're on to number 3 already. Oh, the seaweed. That make a nice composition. The rocks and the seaweed. It's all black and stuff, isn't it? Do this with one hand. Let's have a look. That's coming in. Okay, that's it. Focused. It's the kind of thing that catches your eye, isn't it? Okay, I've got some kind of puddles and streams going on here. So I have to watch where I walk before I sink in. How's that for a shot? Got the edge of the wall here on the left. We've got the edge of the wall there, and then we've got the lighthouse. I walk in here. In terms of compositions, I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 3 aspects. That sea roaring in. This is sunny sands at Folkestone. There's not many sandy beaches in Folkestone, in Kent even. And this is one of them. That's nice. I think if I get the aspect like so, that should do it. Right, trek back up there and back along the front where the fishy smells are, and just walk down the harbour arm. I might take a few shots if something catches my eye, but maybe not video it. And I think what I'll do is drive down to Dover just to see what's there. It's a beautiful day. Look at that sky, it's wonderful. I love that. Right, video off. Walking over. Okay, now I'm down in Dover. Might get a couple of shots here. Apologise for the sound on the other one. All this technology. I forgot to press record on the recording device. So silly. But I don't know if you can see it beyond the port there. There's a clipper ship, 4-masted clipper ship. Amazing. But there's no access to it. The only way to see it is from up on the top of the hill. So I don't think I'll get it with 40 millimeters, that's for sure. Might get it later. But I kind of like this composition. You've got the... What is this? Tell me what it is, people, in the comments. But then the harbour entrance at the far distance. So set up for a little shot. So I want f11. Just set the settings up here. I keep going for a telephoto. I'm not used to this. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Can you see me? Hey, I'm just looking to see if I could get anything of interest here. There's probably not a lot. I don't really want to take a picture of flats. And certainly not the Premier Inn. Although that looks kind of interesting down there. I'll take a snap of that. 36 exposures. I know when I'm normally doing my videos, I end up only having 2, maybe 3 compositions. It's quite bizarre to be forced to take 36 exposures. Funny. Have a look down there. I've got lots of seaweed. I'm going to do it that way so that you can see me in the picture. Because I can't really do live view, but I can give you the shot. It's in focus. I've got lots of seaweed. There's a bit of shininess. And those old concrete blocks that they probably use to prevent traffic and boats and whatnot coming up on the sea. Let's just take a turn along the promenade, and in the meantime we can sit here amongst this old architecture. What do you think? Get a shot like down there, like that. Just got people in the shot. Who needs people? Let's have a look around the other side. Let's come back in. Let's just take it at this angle here. Focus in. That's it, pin sharp. I've got a ferry. I need to come back a little bit. That's the thing with 40mm. Yeah, that's it. I can see that it's framed up. That'll do. Will that make a good black and white picture? With all the hustle and bustle of the harbour. Look at that castle in the background, isn't that amazing? I'll take a shot of the castle. I'll take a shot of the harbour. And I think I'll try and get a shot of the... I don't even know what it is, I can't even see the name of it. But I'm coming up here later with friends just for a walk, and I'll bring the DSLR and I'll just take zooming in. You see so many different things just at the same time. You know, I was down there, saw the castle, but it was, the aspect was the trees covering, and all you could see with the keep and a bit of the church. But now at this angle, the footpath's my leading line. It's leading right down. I've got the castle. I've got a little bit of this bush, whether I can include that. I want the gate. It's tricky. The gate is old but new. The hinges and the pull arm bit are new, but the wood looks really weathered, and it would make for a great inclusion in the composition. But the sun's shining. I'm going to go for that. I might be able to get some nice contrast out of that. Let's include the top of that bush. That's it. See it in a different light. Can you see it? See it in a different light. Every time you just walk away, you know, for a moment, turn your back on it, it looks different. See, that looks lovely behind me with the gate and the footpath. You end up seeing compositions when you start taking photography, albeit a hobby. You start taking it seriously. You see compositions in everything. Like this guy. That might be a good composition. We're going to be cheeky. Take a big jump in. What do you think? People shot? and relax.
I didn't know whether you were selfieing or fronting.
I'm doing a bit of both. That's the selfie, that's the front. So you're on camera, but it's not candid.
Sorry?
You're on camera, but it's not candid. Didn't get it. That's a good one. That's the harbour. I've got the customs and whatnot there, the road leading out, a couple of boats, all the trucks loading in, cruise liner, and I've got the ferry. What can I get in here? I almost want to do a pano. Give me back my DSLR. That's it. Focus is in, and that's the beauty. Whether I'm here or there, the focus is in, so I don't have to worry about have I got it in focus. So it's just looking to see where the best. I think that. Ooh, that was shot 16. So I've got 20 shots left. I think I might save them for Canterbury. What do you think? Just go around and take some pictures of architecture, the little running rivers that run through Canterbury. Yes, that's what I'll do. No more pictures of Dover. We've done that. Exhausted the compositions. Canterbury, here we come. Day 2. Good morning, Canterbury. 7 a.m. Peaceful and quiet. I thought, I said this to myself yesterday, get up early, get out there, finish off this roll of film, because there's a shop in Canterbury that actually does the processing. So I might actually finish the video, or finish the film, and drop it off to be processed. And I think, this is the Marlow Theatre by the way, I think that processing takes up to a week. It's not like the olden days, 1 hour pronto print. So it's just about finding a few locations here. Look at the way that water is crystal clear. All the little bugs flying on it. Dave Lee, remember him? Passed away. Right, so there's a couple of juicy shots that I can take here in Canterbury. Certainly with the old architecture and the cathedral, although as you can see it's being renovated at the moment. But there's a couple of little alleyways with some shots, so it's things like this. This is just lovely. But there's no post-processing and no editing. It is what it is. So what I'm not going to film every single shot that I take. I'm just going to go for it, put the video camera down, take some shots, and then come back to you when it's finished, and then we'll hunt out the shop that does the processing. So yeah, Canterbury, good morning. He's having his say. Seagull. Not even near the sea. Well, I can't believe it. I've whizzed through this. I'm now one exposure left. And the only thing I can think of taking is an old Tudor building. And it's the old town hall. I'm not sure a tiny little 40mm lens is going to do that any justice, but we'll give it a shot. And we should see what we've got. I'm not going to get much in there. Get it from a different angle, maybe over here. Get some of the roof in. Yeah, that's kind of alright. Just a shot of the architecture. And that, my friends, is the end of the film. Wind it on. Oh no, I've got one more. I'm on 36. Oh, that was picture 35. I've actually got one more. I think the Westgate Towers is the answer, right down the end of the high street. So come with me, let's do a little walk. I'll give you a little bit of Canterbury history. But that's what we think of when we think of Canterbury. We think the seat of the faith in Britain, Church of England, and the Archbishop Thomas à Becket. That comes to mind. Henry II, who will rid me of this pesky, whoa, watch out, vehicle reversing. That's destroying our reverie. I was thinking you could see the river on the other side there, but you can't. There's there's rivers that flow all around Canterbury, and you can get on these barges with punts, and the guys will take you on a tour. I took a shot of this. This is quite nice, and you can see the ducking stool. Drown her, she's a witch. That's awful, isn't it? Medieval times. If she drowns, she's not a witch, so she's innocent. If she doesn't drown, she's a witch, so let's kill her. Catch-22, right? The Westgate Towers. What's the best prospect? The light is shining. Oh, I know. I'm going to go through the tower and take a little jaunt down to the left, because there's one of the rivers flowing. What's the river that goes through Canterbury? On the screen now. Ooh, Café Saint-Pierre. Mon Dieu, la baguette et le croissant. Look at this. Pain au chocolat. They're getting ready for their morning fare. Me want food. This is picture number 36. Now I can't decide, am I going to show you every single picture? Maybe I'll go and have 36 pictures on the screen as little images. I don't know how they do it. How do they process these films? Do you just take it to the shop and they give it to you on a DVD-ROM? Do they just print them off and then I've got to go and scan each one? Let's see what they do. Thinking, do I go high to get the turret in? Nope. Or do I go low to get the water in? No, we're going to get the turret. We're going to go with that. That was my original thought for the composition. Up a bit. And that is it. Exposure 36. So now I've got to, I think, click this little button here and then wind the spindle to wind 36 exposures back onto the... Should we go for it? Should we have a go? Click the button, start winding. Here we go. I'll put it near the mic so you can hear it going. $36. Will it have worked? There's no telling until you get it to the shop, and then you get the prints back with a little sticker. Overexposed, underexposed, image blurred. Pull the lever out to open the door. Yes! I have a roll of film with 36 images that I have taken with Mark's Ricoh 500G. Awesome challenge, Mark. Now just to wait for the results. So, it's arrived. I put it in on the 17th. It's now the 23rd. So 6 days later. You're going to see it as I see it. Remember the whole thing about taking photographs with a 35mm and not being able to tell whether I've overexposed them, underexposed them, got them in focus or not, whether I loaded the film up properly or not. What a challenge. Thank you, Mark. So I've been to Canterbury Camera Centre, and I've picked up the package. Now I paid for... You can have same-day development, in which case they take the film off you and then they give you the negatives back, which are probably in here. But I paid for the development for prints, and for a CD-ROM, so I can use the CD-ROM to display the images. Saves me scanning them later. So here comes the big reveal. Oh yeah, they give you this this kind of crib sheet, which reveals all the pictures that have been developed. And guess what? All 36 came out. I'm not sure how many will be in focus or overexposed or underexposed, but they look pretty decent here. Remember, I was rolling the film onto sort of pre-number one so that I could see if I could get 37 exposures. And in fact, image number one came out as only 2/3, but that's fine. I was paid for 36, wasn't I? So, oh, here we go, this is exciting. Oh, you get 2 crib sheets. Oh, that's pretty handy. So I think the camera centre, they send your film off so that it can be developed. So what I'm going to do is lay them all out here and just see how many work. And what I think what I'll do is probably a gallery at the end with my favourite images. I don't think I'm going to reveal 36 images. You'll be asleep before it finishes. Anyway, so here goes. I don't know if my camera up here is going to show them all, but so image one, I was down at Folkestone looking at some sites. I wanted to focus there on the railing and get the background blurred. Seems to have worked. The statuette mermaid, that looks good. The focus is quite good actually, and I'm not saying that in terms of the camera's no good. I'm saying the fact that I'm using a rangefinder and trying to match up the little yellow diamond that you can see through the rangefinder. Some mermaid, the harbour wall, that's nice. Trawler, I remember that. Then I went over to, this is like holiday snaps, isn't it? Oh yeah, went to Torremolinos. Here's a picture of me on the beach. And here's another picture of me on the beach. Oh, and look at this. This is a picture of me on the beach. I went to Dover after Folkestone. So there's the harbour with the harbour walls. Oh, I like that. That's nice. They're the concrete bollard things that are in the water, breakers. That's come out with nice contrast. Very nice. Okay, that one's blurred. That's the White Cliffs with the war rooms. Can't win them all, right? There's the old shelter. That worked. Oh, another one that didn't work. That's the harbour. I was trying to take a picture of the sailing ship, which sailed that afternoon, so I missed it. Folkestone, Dover Port. Oh yeah, I wanted to take some pictures of the castle with the walkway. I think that probably works better in colour, so not such a good one. The old chap on his phone, on his deck chair. Overexposed in the sky. It looks like one of those superimposed ones. You know, where you take the image, but you only take a section of it. 4 people observing the port. Oh, that's a better one of the port. I like that. It's got all the boats and everything. Right, after that I went into Canterbury. So a number of shots. I think I used the rest of the film up here. I'm trying to make this as short as possible. We're about 4 minutes in. So let me just lay out these Canterbury shots. I think what these are showing me is that the images look like those old, you know, the old books you can get of your, you know, this is your town in the 1950s, the 1920s. It looks like that. Oh, look at this. These are really, this is a great challenge, Mark. I'm not sure that I'll be adopting a black and white, you know, or even a 35mm camera. But getting something tangible, you know, at the sort of the proof of your work. I suppose you can take your DSLR card and pop it into one of those machines at Tesco or wherever and just print out if you want prints. Hotel Chocolat. Let's put them in the middle. Well, there you go. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. I would say probably about 70 to 80% of those images have come out clear and with a nice exposure. Some of them have got overexposed. There's a few that are blurred that I can't use in anything. There you go. What a great challenge. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed going out, I enjoyed using the camera, and I really am enjoying this kind of final output. And I've got a DVD-ROM, where is it? So I can keep them as a keepsake forever. So that's it. Thanks for watching and bearing with. Feel free to give the video a like and subscribe. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you think of these black and white images and if it's worth pursuing this, you know. And I'll see you in another video. Bye for now. But I will add, before the bye for now, here's the gallery with some funky xylophone music. Enjoy.